at this particular time. Ashe, peace, love, and light. Greetings. I was going to say greetings. Greetings, peace, love, and light, and greetings to you all. Divine greetings to you all. I'm here to bring you the news to infuse if you so choose, as usual. Celestial Earth here, and we live and vibing with you all, with you both. Ashe. So, time to change. Let's go into this new moon. What's happening with this new moon? Well, first of all, it's a new moon at 28 degrees, right? And I set a video for both here already. This is just going live and sharing the information and what we're doing in this particular new moon vibration. This new moon, 28 degrees, this is the 6th month. Ashe, this is the 6th month of 28 degrees new moon. Yeah, 6 months, yes. So 6 months of that, meaning this also parallels what Third Eye Atlas has been traveling for what? 6 months. So it's amplifying that, it's activating that, it's magnifying that awareness of 6 months of 28 degrees new moon. 2 and 8 is 10, which is a 1. So that's new beginnings. So already we're looking at the beginning, the new beginnings that's at the end of something. And this is a new beginning at the end of something on multiple levels. Ashe? Meaning this is the end of Pisces, right? This is the end of Pisces. This is the end of the cosmic year in and of itself, right? The cosmic calendar starts at Aries and ends at Pisces. So this is closing out the entire 12-month cycle. 12-month cycle that we're closing out in Pisces. So there's closure to that year. And then not only that, this is an energetic seal. So we're closing out multiple timelines, the timelines that are collapsing, the bifurcation bridge that has been splitting, the bifurcation split that has been splitting, but now we're at the bifurcation bridge. We have crossed over that bridge, or we're crossing. For some of us, we may still be on that bridge. Ashe? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Fly Rob, you so fly. Right, so this new moon, and we're in the midst of the peak of the new moon energy right now. So thank you for sharing that new moon energy with me, as well as I'm sharing it with you. And to go off of what are we doing with the new moon. So if anyone here has any Pisces in them, hearts for you. Let me send you some hearts for this Pisces energy. But you don't have to be a Pisces to be experiencing this new moon. It's for everybody. And Pisces is that spiritual house that closes out the karmic cycles. It's a spiritual house that houses our multidimensional existence. So Mercury being in retrograde there is bringing us back. It's traveling us back in time, or taking us through the dimensions of our mind while we're, doing that. Ashe? And this new moon is really letting us know what time it really is. What is happening as we're closing out in this cosmic seal. And it's amplifying what Third Eye Atlas just did right before this, passing by Jupiter, leaving our solar system, closing out on a multi-dimensional level. Like, it couldn't be no sweeter than this, right? For those who get it, get it. For those who know. This is very high frequency vibe. So I know not many people gonna really catch it, because you might be feeling like you on your low. It might be a heavy day for you. I don't know. But what I want to share with us about the new moon is, the new moon is asking us not just to do something and get ready to manifest something, but it's asking us to revamp our perspective. It's asking us to change how we see things. Ashe? It's asking us to look at the shadows of Virgo. Right? Virgo, the shadow of Virgo is a part of us that's saying, I got to fix it. I got to do this. I got to get it done. And it's parts of us who may be feeling like something's undone or something's left out. But this new moon is saying, shh, hold on, just listen. I need you to listen for a minute. Listen, pay attention to what the revelations have been showing you. What has been revealed to you. Greetings, peace, love, and light. You found us. What has the revelations been showing to you? And do you get it? Right? It's taking us into the deep waters. And yes, Mars is traveling its fireball over the waters. It's bringing its fire through the waters. It's almost like Mars is taking a deep dive into the waters. And Mars is the initiator. It wants to get things done. And some of us may be feeling that, especially depending on where your natal Mars is. You know, like for me, my natal Mars is like fire. It's already in an element of fire, right? It's in Leo, so it's like, let's go, let's get it done. We bout this. Me, I. A lot of the times, even though it's for good, a lot of the times we're looking at how to fix things for good, through the perspective of I. And yes, it may need to be done. Ashe, it may need to be done. However, it's time for us to kind of sit back and just take our hands off of the reins for a minute. It's kind of just like, let's look at this. Maybe we've been going about this in a wrong type of way, right? Not that it's wrong, but maybe this doesn't suit me. And this is what some of us have been sensing. I particularly have been facing that and going through that. Where my glasses at? My glasses at? Let me see what you said. Keeps freezing. Bliss. Thank you, Bliss. It keeps freezing. Maybe that's why people are in and out. Thank you for that. Let me know if you could still hear me. Fly Rob. Fly Rob, you've been in here consistently, so let me know if you see that it's freezing, because maybe that's why people been in and out, because it keeps freezing. I don't know. Letting you know that for the third time in a sequence, I have not gotten the notification. They not notifying you. You had to check and see. This is what's happening. They want to block the information, just like they blocking this light. Right? Just like they blocking this light. We can't get no light codes around here. It's been like a misty morning all day for the past 2 days on the most highly important and potent days. Right? Good thing they ain't do nothing on the 16th. Good thing they got the mixed message about the 16th. And they probably thought Third Eye Atlas was really passing on the 17th. You know, like I did, but it really passed on the 16th. So the gloominess came in yesterday when Mercury was conjunct with the North Node, and that's highly efficient as well, because it's carrying the messages. Mercury is our messenger. It's our Jehudi. It's carrying the messages to the North Node, to us in the North Node, for our understanding of what the North Node is really amplifying for us in Pisces. Spiritual maturation, looking at the bigger picture, because the spiritual is the bigger picture. Virgo, which is on the opposite end, is the details, right? Looking at the details, following the details. Peace, love, and light. Thank you. Let me know if anyone else is here that sees, is it freezing? Thank you, Fly Rob, for still being here. Can you let me know if it's freezing? Can you just put something in the chat? Let me know if it's freezing for you, or is it clear? Ashe? Thank you. Let me know if it's clear. Do we have clear over here? Can we say clear? Clear. All right. So with that said, it's a lot going on energetically, and it's been like a misty morning all day. Just mist. It looked like snow flurries outside, and that's just not natural. Right? And I spoke about it yesterday in a live. It's not natural. They are messing with the reception. Let me say that again. They are messing with the reception. They are blocking the light codes, because they know this is a time where a lot of us need to be getting outside, getting the light codes, getting the water codes, not just from this, but like being by the ocean, being by the lake, being by the waters. A lot of us needed to be outside grounding, because it's codes in the earth. There are codes in the earth. We are activated, and we are getting activated in the earth, but they blocking it with this manipulation of weather, however we want to look at it. It's just not natural to me. I can't speak for everybody else, but I've been hearing the similar results, that it's been like, what do you call it? An overcast. Like if it's not raining, there's been some kind of overcast, or in the colder places, maybe some kind of snow, some kind of blizzard. I don't know what it's, right? Ashe, thank you for coming through. Send some hearts so more people can get it, can get the message. They're really blocking our light codes. And this particular week is a high frequency week. It is extremely high with the energetic seal, the cosmic seal, with the new moons, the new moon that is sealing the deal, right? Tonight and tomorrow. Right now, well, I want to say it's right now for us, and it's the 19th for those who are hours ahead of us. So this is the peak of the new moon right now that we're sharing with you. So happy new moon to all of you right now. Sending the sacred space, sending y'all some sage and clearing this energy for y'all faithfully. You are able to take some time to yourself and do what you need to do for the new moon, right? And for that, it's recognizing, for me personally, I could share with you, for me personally, it was taking a setback and looking at, let me leave that alone. I had to practice that because it was feeling like I don't want to cross this energetic seal without getting what I need to get done. And I had to pull back and say, maybe it's not for me to get it done. Maybe there's nothing for me to get done. What it is for us to recognize what is as it is and make the power moves, meaning move differently. Make some different moves. If it's with family members, and it's, of course, it's a lot going on with family members. Y'all been hearing me talking about it. The bloodline attack is real. Okay, the demon scheming is real. The unhealed wounds are just oozing out of the family lineage in all type of places. The parasitic entanglements are being exposed by those of us who are generational curse breakers, by those of us who are karmic loop breakers. It is really being, exposed. So what is it that we do at this moment? And it's not to get all worked up. I promise you all, it's not. This spiritual maturation is really taking us to a level of, I'm aware of what I'm seeing. I'm aware of the revelations. Now, what am I going to do differently? Not the shadow Virgo energy that says, I got to fix this. I got to put a stop to this. Right? Because for me, that's what I was feeling like. I'm no longer dealing with this no more. A lot of us have been like beyond fed up, right? Really calling in our power and reigning in our power like we've not done before. It's the part where we've been feeling like enough is enough already. I will not step one more step further in this inauthenticity, in this inauthentic vibration, while those around me are sowing seeds of inauthenticity. I am ready to walk in my authentic authority and amplifying my soul's sovereignty. And I don't care how uncomfortable that makes anybody else. Right? Thank you for the fan club. Thank you. I didn't even know who that was. I can't see it. But thank you for the fan club. Ashe, ashe. We are here and saying this is not about anybody else's comfort anymore. And now it's time to make that power move. For those of you who maybe remember when I shared the cards about the full moon, because see, the full moon was the full moon in Virgo. That was the opposition that was finding the balance. And now the new moon is like what I call kiss and make up between the sun and the moon. The opposition was to show you the opposite, not for conflict, but for you to find the harmony between the two, right? To find that by details in Virgo, it's about having guidance, not be restricted by guidelines. There's a difference, right? The obsession or the shadows of Virgo is like you're rigid, restricted to guidelines and to-do lists and things like that. Whereas when you harmonize Virgo's guidance, right, and the steps that are laid out for you, the order of things, divine order, the universe's divine order. Ashe, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. Remetrius, you made it. Speedy77, welcome in. Peace, love, and wholeness. Namaste. Ashe, ashe. This is about the balance. Thank you, Spirit. The balance of the guidelines being a guidance into the bigger picture, which is Pisces. Into the bigger picture. Thank you, Remetrius. Thank you for the popular. And so it's for bringing you into Pisces, into this ultimate spiritual house that is not, Pisces is like without bounds. Pisces is like, get these rigid bounds out of here. We ain't got time for this. All right. We in the spiritual house. We don't got time for your little human, you know, to-do list. This is a spiritual house. However, being on this plane, living on this plane, we do live in a manifestation, in a physical body called the earth, in our body and on the body of the planet. So there is a balance. We not here to just be spiritual essence floating around in the air. We could have did that out there. We didn't need to come to earth for that. Ashe. So for those of us who are very spiritual, and I'm speaking as for myself, because I used to feel like that and think like that and just be on this spiritual flex all the time, like I don't need the physical body. But if we chose to have this experience, which we did, then clearly we need the physical body, which means we also need to respect the physical plane. Ashe, ashe, Speedy. So while we're respecting the physical plane, it's respecting what Virgo is about in its most evolved state, not the shadows. So the harmony is taking the evolved aspects of shadow, not shadow, the evolved aspects of Virgo, and harmonizing the physical with the spiritual, Pisces. So that opposition, I say all that to say this. The opposition that's kicking up with the full moon is to help you find the balance. So that when we get to the new moon, where we are now, it's like kiss and make up. It's like, what did you learn in this opposition? Now bring what you've learned. You're working out the shadows of Virgo in a harmony right now. You're bringing that into the new moon of Pisces, where now the moon is in Pisces is saying, I got it. I got the message. And the moon is to operate in that bigger picture of Pisces, right? Virgo in the building. Okay, we got a Virgo. I'm a Virgo stellium up in here. I'm really a Libra, but I got so much placements in Virgo that I'm damn near a Virgo. So what I'm saying to you, I'm speaking from a Virgo type personality, a perfectionist, right? Sometimes we can't move to the next step because this needed to be perfected. This needed to be done this type of way. That's a shadow. And that's where we got to speak to our ego, because that's an ego perspective as well. Not that you're a bad person, but it's the ego naturally, protects. And that's a protection mechanism, right? I got to get this right. I got to do this right. It helps keep us covered and protected. And that's very Virgo-esque, right? If that's a word, if I can say that. And I can, and I did, right? So that's a real deep, Virgo quality. Wanting to get it right, wanting to do the right thing. And so we got to loosen the grip. When we feel that, we got to say, sit down. That's not, is it really that important? Does that, like, I'm telling you, I got to do it just simply with cleaning, y'all. I had to do it today, as one of my big things I was doing today was cleaning out a particular corner, my dresser, right? I had to address my dresser, something that has been looking crazy for I want to say 2 years. The last time I gave it a good, clear out. And going through so much stuff, and I had to say, look, this is not needed. This is not needed. Do I really need this right now? And then sometimes wanting to go a little bit more detailed in something else. So I had to pick and choose. If it was things that was too much, it was like, look, now is not the time for that. Let's get the bulk of the stuff out the way. Let's get this ridiculous stuff out the way. If it's broken, you don't need it. Little things like that to clear the space. And this is not just about cleaning. This is about clearing and cleansing, within the mind. And then I had to be mindful not to be too Virgo about it, because that's Virgo again, wanting to organize, wanting to get things in order, right? So I didn't do everything I usually do, like on a full moon and a new moon when I'm usually on the heart chakra. And for me, that day is a day of cleaning out the whole house and sweep and mop and sage or whatever I want to do, maybe a spiritual bath. I didn't try to do all of that. Today was a day of don't do too much, right? Connect with yourself, sit with yourself, pick a corner that really and I'm using this as an example because there's places in our lives where we needed to just focus on something, right? Pick something that you have been probably avoiding or just haven't gotten a chance to deal with, but it's been kind of bothering you from time to time, right? It's freezing up bad, family. Oh man, why are they freezing me? You see, they know how to block us. I know we each need to do our own grounding, and I thank you for providing a grounding channel. Oh, thank you, Clay. Ashe, Ashe. You get a sage. Well, sage got ashes right now. There we go. I gotta give it a good one. It needs good wind. Let me clear out my heart chakra. Take a deep breath and grab some wind from the heart, from the respiratory system. There we go. There's some smoke. Who want this smoke? Who want this smoke? Let's get this smoke. Get this smoke. Clear out. A clearing out for you. A clearing out for you and your whole doggone crew. Ashe, ashe. What you gonna do? Coming through, coming through. They keep freezing me, and that's why people coming in and out. I understand that. That's why it can't stick. They trying to make sure y'all don't stick, but it is what it is. I'm gonna just keep going with it. At least I did a video already, so if you want anything on the new moon, I did do a little video about it. But for those who are here with me, thank you for sticking in. Thank you for keeping the send the hearts up. Speedy 77, thank you for letting me know that it's freezing up. Right? So with that, what was I saying? Bring it back to me, spirit. Bring it back to me. So we are looking at the balance of spirit and physical, the spiritual and physical. Yes. And then the new moon is saying put some things down. Okay, thank you. That's what I was saying. I myself had to put some things down and say this is not it. This is not the way that it's gonna look or be like. I don't know how else to explain it except to say it's not the way that we think, right? And it's to really, in the process of it, to sit that ego mind down that wants to keep saying let me keep hearts in. Maybe I got to keep sending hearts to clear it up, because that'll be like, see, this is what I mean by the interception reception. They want to intercept our receptivity. Ashe, thank you for going out and coming back in, Speedy. I'm sending as much hearts as I can to see if that helps do anything, change anything. But yeah, to sit with ourselves and really assess what we have been seeing, what has been revealed to us, especially and particularly within these 6-month window. And so as we're coming to this cosmic seal, the last month, the 6 months of 28 degrees, its messaging is saying to us, hello, this is the beginning of an end. It's the end. It's the new beginning, right? A new moon is a new beginning, manifestation, new beginning. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses, Speedy. Woo, woo. And it's saying in this new beginning, there's an end. There's definitely an end. We got to acknowledge the end, right? And I say that as we're coming to, thank you, muchos, gracias, muchos, for the muchos rosas, right? And we're coming to this end, and it's saying, what have we seen? What, as we cross this bifurcation bridge and you look back, what are you leaving behind? What are you willing to leave behind? As we enter into the 5th dimension, where this seal is sealing us into another degree in the 5th dimension, deeper into the 5D we go. Now it is time to step up. Now it is time to do something different that doesn't look like what we normally think, right? So the changing perspective, as I was seeing, as I was cleaning, is not about doing things our way. It's about releasing and saying, you know what? I accept that this is what it is. This is how they are. This is how the world is. Like, nothing you do is going to change the ridiculosity of what is happening in the world. Whether it be the war in Iran, whether it be Trump and his policies, whether it be borders, no borders, whatever it is that they could think to talk about, right? Even in entertainment, whether it be some gossip in the entertainment, whatever they can use to distract you. Cardi B breaking up with her man, like whatever they could do to distract you. This is not about that. This is about stepping away and saying, regardless of what's going on out there, whatever's happening in our families, those of us being attacked in the bloodlines, is it true? Is it real? Yes. Is it true that you got to deal with it? Negative. Nah, nunca. How we deal with it is that we have to make a different move. We have to walk like 5D. We have to move like the fifth dimension. And the fifth dimension does not have any concern with the third dimension shadows. Let me say that again. The fifth dimension does not concern itself with the dimensions of 3D because it is beyond it. It is the expansion of the third dimension consciousness through the fourth dimension and into the fifth. So it does not need to deal with the civil matters of the shadows of 3D. And so what am I saying is that as we move on, Ashe, as we move on, we are going to do things differently. This is the message I really want to convey to us. Because what does do things differently look like? Right? It means that you might have saw something one way to accomplish it. But when you have a new perspective, there's a perspective that says, you know what? I'm over this. I don't need to exert my energy into this anyway, anywhere. Nothing that I say or do is going to change what is happening and what the desperate energies want to do. The only thing that I can change is me. And when I change me, I carve a new path. This is what 5D, the true 5D warriors are going to know this. The true 5D love frequency is going to carve a new path. We're going to make a different step. Instead of saying the same thing, doing the same thing with the same people, we're going to do something different because we recognize that that's not going to change. I personally have been speaking to people, particularly in the family, and it's like shoo, water over their head. It's not going anywhere. And yeah, at first it was like, I need to do it for me. It wasn't even about them. It really was about me, and not in a selfish sense, but in a way of being assertive and saying, hey, I'm not going to no longer be doing this with you, right? I'm thinking about them because I'm thinking about them being uncomfortable when I really move differently or when spirit moves me. Because when we get sealed in a certain timeline, people will not have access to you anymore. And they're going to think you're ghosting them. They're going to think you dodging. They're going to take it personal. They're going to be in their feelings and all of that. And I'm balancing having collective compassion for the collective. So in balancing that, I'm having compassion. I know that they are disrespectful. I know they don't respect me. I'm not begging for their respect. That's one thing that I reached in, when was it? Around the moon in Capricorn, around Capricorn season. It was like, look, I got it. I got that message. People gonna be peopling. And I finally got to the point of, because we get like, we do deserve respect, right? We do. That's the truth. I reached a point where it was like, you don't gotta respect me. You don't gotta like me, I like myself. And it's not even really in that way, but that's the song that I heard in my head. But it's really, I reached another plateau of, don't worry about it. You don't gotta, I'm not gonna keep saying you need to respect me, or I'm not gonna keep overexerting my energy to highlight that you will respect me. I'm gonna now move differently. That's what I'm saying about these energies, is highlighting to us that now that you know what you know, the shadows of Virgo would have you still try to fix that, right? In your spiritual mind, you're like, I know better, so I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna speak up. I'm gonna do this, especially for those of us who have had throat chakra issues. So you may think, yeah, I got to speak up now. I got to. And yes, to a certain degree we do. But what these particular energies are saying, mum's the word, you don't really have to. Because what we're showing you now is that you know what it is. And you know no matter what you say, how much you say, it's going to be what it is. So now what are you going to do with that? Now what's your move? And the wisdom, this is a Jupiter expansion in wisdom. Remember, Third Eye Atlas just passed Jupiter and updated the expanded wisdom to another degree, to the spiritual maturation, to the expansion into the cosmos. That's saying, hey, we're going to go about this cosmically. We gonna just carve another path. We're not gonna have this conversation. We're, instead of having the conversation, we're going to do something different, right? And that may mean doing the things that are hurtful to them. Let them be hurt. Not even for our sake nor their sake do we need to say or do anything anymore. It feel as if you're exonerated. That's what it felt like for me. The past maybe 2 or 3 days, it's like I'm free. I'm free. I'm not. Look. I did the conversation thing last week, and even in looking back at that, it was like, you really didn't need to have that conversation. Ashe, greetings, 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 Royal. I see you. Just got #1 viewer badge. Oh, you found me on the live. On the live. You cannot fly without accepting the ground. Ashe, I like that. That goes to those of us who want to be just spiritual and not be grounded. You can't fly without accepting the ground. Got to take off, right? The plane got to run it on the ground first and take off, but the birds don't. But I'm just saying. But we need to be grounded and then take off. Coming from this perspective, right? We're in the earth right now. So as we rise our vibrations, as we raise our vibrations and coming from the earth, we need to be grounded, understand what grounding is, so that we can then fly successfully as we raise our vibrations. Ashe, thank you for the hearts. Keep sending the hearts, because that helps to keep it getting to who it needs to get to. And even though it keeps freezing for some reason. I keep seeing where they were saying it's freezing, right? So I say this so that we understand, overstand, and understand that this is a new type of new moon. This new moon is saying, hey, let's go about this in a different way. We don't need to have that kind of conversation, right? Yes, it's freezing. It keeps freezing. You know what I'm gonna do? Because they keep saying it keep freezing. So those of you that have been here, that are in here, I'm gonna close it out and open it again and see what happens on the TikTok. So this may be a double live for TikTok. So let me close out with that, because it keeps on freezing and I want to keep going. So thank you for letting me know. Look for the just look for the next live. Look out for it. I'm gonna close it out. Thank you. You don't gotta like me, I like myself. Oh, now you want to give me dismiss. Now you want to give me scale rewards and all of this stuff. I'll catch you later on the fly. Let me go back to this. Let me see what you're saying while I'm getting this up. What if I accept that I love myself? What must happens to the energy? What must happens to the energy that do not respect me? Ooh, that's a good question. Hold on, let me go live. Let me get this live popping. Let me get this live. I like that question. What if I accept that I love myself? What must happen to the energy that does not respect me? Peace, love, and light. We're back here again. Let me get the hearts pumping so we get who that needs to get. Happy new moon in Pisces. Happy new moon in Pisces. That energy, they got to have accountability for themselves. Because remember, the accounts are always held. They're always going to be held in account, in energetic account. It doesn't go anywhere. Until they have acknowledgement, accountability, and move in integrity with you, with others, until they rectify what they need to rectify, they're going to suffer their own fate. And I'm not wishing bad on anybody. I'm not saying suffer, but that's the best way I could say it. They're going to suffer their own fate. We have to leave them to fate. Right? So they that do not respect, when they disrespect you, they're disrespecting the spirit, right? Which we are all spirit, but I'm speaking especially to those of us that are walking in the light, that have a true relationship with the divinity, light warriors, lighthouse workers, all of that. Those who are anointed in the light. When we move in the light and they don't respect the light, more befalls on them. They actually cause more harm to them because they're disrespecting the anointing, especially while you're in your anointing. As I had to explain to someone recently, I had to explain that to a family member actually, because I was like, this is where y'all messed up at. Because I know that I'm in my anointing, whether y'all give me the respect or not. I know that I'm anointed, and then you all went and messed with me. It's like stepping in an ant's nest. You went and messed with me while I was in the anointing. That's the worst thing people could do. That's very disrespectful, very energetically disrespectful. While you are doing any type of spiritual work, whatever that may be, it could be, well, for me particularly, I host workshops. I'm doing workshops. So for me, I've been doing workshops since 2021, working with your energy centers, unlocking the codes in your subconscious mind. We've been doing that. So for me particularly is workshops. Now you may not be doing workshops, but you may be doing anointed work spiritually. Wherever you may be an obedient spirit, that wherever God sends you, wherever divine sends you, you go and you do as you are told and as you are instructed without question, which means you're a great steward of the light. Ashe. And so when people touch the anointing, this is why they say, touch not my anointing. And I'm not talking biblically, religiously. I'm talking spiritually. When it says, do not touch my anointing, that's why. Because they will suffer the consequences according to the degree in which you are working in the anointing. That is to the degree in which they will receive their consequences. Right? And this is why some things happen to some people and they don't know why. And I tried to tell them, but they ain't want to listen. Right? Thank you, Will Bone. Love the vibe. Got the #1 viewer. Thank you. Anybody coming through, send some hearts so it gets to those, because we were freezing. We were doing a live right before this and it kept freezing. So I had to come out and open up another one because we talking about the new moon and what's expected of this new moon. Happy new moon in Pisces. Right? And what we're getting from that as we're closing out this whole Pisces cycle. It's a new moon, but it's at the end of the new moon cycle. Right? So, but before I get back into that, let me finish my thought on what I was saying about, what I was saying. So they will receive according to the degree in which they have touched the anointed while in their anointing. That is disrespect. So wherever there's no integrity and respecting the spirit, like a lot of them say that, and I was saying this today, a lot of them say, oh, I'm a follower of Jesus and this and that. But for those of us who awaken to our super conscious or our Christ conscious, you're disrespecting the Christ, because we move in that Christ energy or Christos energy, which is the knowledge, which is the light and the way. We move in that. So just like when Yeshua had said to them, how can you love the Father whom you can't see when you cannot love the brother who you can see? Right? How can you claim that you love Christ, but you can't love the physical embodiment of Christ consciousness? Make it make sense. And so when they choose to disrespect because they feel like they have a right to, because they're in their dogma and they're in their rules of what they think God should look like, because they know not the gods in themselves, because they don't know themselves and they have no connection with the true great order of divinity, which is God, that they assume what God is, and they make their own rules and tell you that you're not God. That is deflection at its maximum. Deflecting that what they are, because they know they don't know God. They know. That's why they question it, and that's why they looking in the sky and looking everywhere. They know not God. And so it burns them when they see those of us who move in the spirit of God in ways that they don't understand, because they're on the odds. So the disrespect is on them. Our job right now is to accept what we know. That's what new moon in Pisces is saying. Did you get it? Come look at the bigger picture. Don't look at the little details. Yeah, they disrespecting you. Don't look at that. Do you understand that they're disrespecting you? Cool. Do you know now that you need to move differently? Do that then. And it doesn't matter if it affects them, and don't worry about how they're going to feel. Do something different. What do I mean by that? That means if they come on the surface level, see, we got to be real deep spiritually as well. You got to be intuitive. On the surface level, they might be coming and saying, hey, can you help me with this? And it may seem simple. It may seem like, oh, they just asking, I could do that. Let me not be a bad person. This is not about being a bad person. This is about being true to the truth that you know and being mindful of what you co-sign to. Because when you do that, knowing darn well that they don't respect you and you do something for them, you are signing an energetic agreement and you're co-signing to them that gives them permission to continue to do what they do. This is about standing on the truth, standing 10 toes down on the truth without having to fix it with them literally. You fix it in the energy, right? Just like they attacking you in the energy, right? And it's not them personally. Depersonalize. This is the parasitic energy, the parasitic entanglement that is the puppeteer that is pulling the strings, the invisible strings, and they're just doop 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 doop, unconsciously doing things. They don't know why they're doing things, right? But it is for you to say no to that energy, because when you do that, you're letting not just them personally know, but then because the energy is operating through them, the parasitic energy gets the message. Oh, she ain't effing with us. He ain't effing with us. No, I'm not doing you no favors. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm really speaking to take your power back. See, a lot of people going around now talk, oh, I'm going to take my power back. And you say these affirmations, I call my power back. I call my power back. And that's good. But do you really take your power back in a situation? When you're in a now moment with somebody who disrespects you, comes and asks you for a favor, at a surface level, it seems innocent. Do you respect you? Because now this is the time to say, I'm not signing that contract with you. That's what I mean about do something different. The Pisces new moon is saying, do you see the bigger picture? You don't got to worry about them little details. Just see the bigger picture and make a different step. Make a bold move. Make your power move. And that power move is doing something that they don't expect. That power move is saying, you know what? I'm not going to be able to help you with that right now. And they may be like, but why? You just gotta, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to help you with that right now. Good luck with that though. Wish you the best on that. Right? They may be asking you for, hold on, let me see what we say here. Venom and Craig. I can't answer that right now. Right? They may be asking you for something. Nicole Ray, you found the Live Vibe Tribe. Right? They may be asking you for that. Let me get family. If anybody's going through this with family, thank you for the roses. Let me get a family attack in the chat, right? If anybody's going through that, because I'm telling you, it's happening with, especially as Jupiter was coming out of, retrograde for the past 4 months. If anybody's going through the same, maybe not the same, maybe a little bit different, but family attacks, right? You feeling it in the bloodline. If you feeling it, I see you, Royal. I know we in it. A lot of families are going through this right now, right? How can you save the world when you have not saved yourself? And when you have saved yourself, how can you deny another of the truth of your reality and existence? All right, let me say that again before I get to that. I separated from my family, but I definitely went through it, right? Ashe to that. Ashe and touche to that. Right? I separated. I literally told them I pulled my tree. The last meeting I had was 2021, because there was a cosmic cycle closing out around that time too. I can't remember the star lineup at that time, but at the end of 21, there was this karmic closure as well that was happening. Not like this one, but it was another type of karmic closure. And so things had came up where it was like, I'm not doing this no more. So I called a whole family meeting, was like, put it on the table. I put the ugly big pink elephant, let me not call the elephant ugly. I put the pink elephant in the room and slammed it on the table like dominoes. Bam. This is what it is. Right? And of course they hit back. Of course they hit back. And they would not, because I come from a family that Their energetic cult, and this why I tell y'all to find what the energetic cult is in your family, meaning what is the generational curse. And mine's is heavy on avoidance. They have it to a chronic degree, avoidance and denials. So they don't hold accountability. They don't hold acknowledgement, and they don't hold accountability. It's one of those families that they sweep things under the rug, and they all laugh in each other's face when it's somebody's birthday. And when one person is not there, they dog out that person. That person is the discussion on the round table, right? And it's a particular part of the family that does it, right? A particular part of the family that they don't never tell their business. And I had to point that out to one of my cousins. Like, do you ever hear them telling you their business? You never hear them telling you a particular branch of that family. You never hear them telling you their business, but they'll sit there and talk about every single one of us when we're not there. And I don't hate them for it. I just know it and I understand it. I understand that they have their wounds. This is the branch that has the most wounds. So I understand that because they don't face their wounds, they have to deflect and project. And so everyone else becomes a spectacle in their story. And the demonic entities, they eat that up. They eat that up. Yum, yum, yum. The parasitic entanglement that is engorged in that particular branch, because that's the branch it can orchestrate through. This is what people don't understand. This is why, look, y'all got to come see me for this ancestral passage. Because we're going to be going deep in this for the retreat at the end of April. We're going to be going deep and unlocking the codes in this bloodline. I ain't telling you nothing that I don't know. Right? Same. You are definitely speaking to my family. Exact same experience. And they get upset if they get upset if they what? I know it cuts you off. It be doing that to me too. It only lets you say but so much. If they hear you speaking on their immediate family, yes, if you speak on that particular branch, oh my God, the hell fire just opened up. They get real defensive. Like, let me ask you, is this your maternal family? Because for me, it's my maternal. Most of us is like, and I've been talking about this, a lot of what's been happening with Jupiter and Cancer, because Cancer is the nurturer, Cancer is home life, and it has a lot to do with the maternal energy, the emotional body. So yes, your mom's side, see that, same here, it's the maternal family, because this is where most of the work needs to be done. And you are the generational curse breaker. It may be you and maybe one other cousin. But I guarantee you, just from you being on this frequency, I can almost guarantee you that you are the generational curse breaker. You are the true golden ticket in the family, but they treat you like a scapegoat. The gatekeepers in the family have made you the scapegoat. But you're the true golden ticket. You're their way out of that parasitic entanglement, but they got their hooks so sunk into them. See, I'm seeing 333 now, 3 and 3 and 3 on this live as well. Creative completion right here and now, right? Put a 333 in the chat for those of you that's here and you know what time it is and you know where it's at. 333 in the chat, right? It's the mom side. See, and same here for Royal. It's the mom side for sure. So most of us that's getting this fight, you know why? Because as I said, the maternal energy holds the memories. The mitochondria holds all the memory codes down the line. So it is dependent upon the maternal side to free them from their bondage. So we are the ones that are in particular positions to free them. However, we get that fight because the parts of the maternal family that has the weakest fence, or what I would say the most wounds, because apparently they got offended when I called them the weakest fence. Like, I was like, no disrespect, I'm simply being honest. This is the weakest branch is what I said. But what I probably should have said is you all have the most wounds. It would come from a more understanding place and space, but they would still be offended. Sometimes it don't matter how nice you put things, they will still be offended, right? She said, yes, they call me and my kids square. Oh, that's it? At least you just square. I'm the spiritual witch. Or I'm the spiritual weirdo. Like, I do that weird spiritual shit. And they try to say it in nice ways. Like, you know, I know you do your spiritual thing. No, that's their way of saying you the spiritual weirdo. At least they just call you a square. I purchased land and tried to get everyone on board. Oh, that was a no-no. We can't take them with you. They look, they can't go. This is the cutoff point right here. And so what we're moving through right now, I don't know about y'all, but for me, as what the seal has been showing me, is that's it. That's it. I'm not coming to nobody birthdays, weddings, none of that, because I know it don't make no sense to keep saying the same thing. First of all, if I come around, I'm gonna hurt y'all feelings because I'm really not gonna tolerate the foolishness. And I'm not gonna sit there because if I've been doing the not say anything for the past couple, the past 4 years, ever since that meeting, saying, all right, let's just be quiet. Let's just watch and let's be quiet. But now, guess what? When you don't say anything, you co-sign to that demonic energy by default. Because if you don't say something, if you don't cancel it in the energy, then you are accepting it by default. All right, let me let y'all know that. So that's sitting there quietly around them while they throwing shade or while they are demonically acting up around you through little trivial stuff. If you don't say something, if you don't stop it right then and there, or just simply say no or do not engage, you have to do something that rejects that energy. If you don't do that, then you accept it and you're putting yourself in more danger. You're letting them draw you back in or suction you in to being in agreement with their demonic hooks, aka unhealed wounds. Ashe. Let me see what I missed here. They are materialistic and are very worldly. And yes, I'm weird because I'm not religious. Oh yeah, that's the thing. You know they all go to church. You know they all show up for Jesus. You know they do, but they don't know Christ. They don't know that Christ consciousness, and you the one walking with the Christ consciousness. So this is why I say to them and to anybody else who may come across this that's want to be on that type of foolishness, you don't know Jesus either. If you see me and deny me, then you're denying Christ, because I'm the one walking with the Christ consciousness, not you. Because if you can't fix your faults, if you can't have acknowledgement, accountability, and recognize what you come from and walk in integrity, then you are not of Christ. You are a Jesus follower. And you're not even following Jesus. You're just on the bandwagon, right? And I'm not downplaying them. I don't even like to go too tough into talking about religion or them in that way, but I'm being honest. I'm being real true, real honest. Because those are the ones that like to attack you, the ones that's in a religious hub, in a religious corner, hiding under the blood of Jesus, utilizing the blood sacrifice of someone else who really lived in integrity so that you can be a lazy soul. Like, to me, that's the most selfish thing ever. And then when I attack you because you're not walking under their regime of buffoonery, right? Ashe, ashe. My words have been twisted to hurt other family members, created a web of mess. Yep, they'll do that. Been there, do all of that. Everything you say, they'll twist it. And this is why Christ said, what? Why must you pervert the ways? That's what we need to say. When they do stuff, just say, hey, why must you pervert the ways? And they still won't get it. They still won't receive it and still won't get it. And that's why what I'm saying to us right now is that we have to just move differently. We have to be differently, because no amount of standing up to them is going to do the trick. Because guess what? They still win our energy. Yeah, we could stand up to them. Yeah, we can say X, Y, and Z. But guess what? The demonic energy or the parasitic energy still wins in extracting our attention. Right now, it's for us to pivot our attention. Why are we beating a dead horse? They're a dead horse. They're not waking up from that. So now it's for you to take what you now know. Don't love them no less. Hey, I love you to be right where you are. I've been saying that ever since I had the meeting. I love you to be right where you are. I let everybody go off, accuse me of spreading darkness on them. Right? And I said, I'm going to take the branch, my branch off this tree. Click. I'm going to take my branch off, because we're not going down with this cankered tree. This is a very cankered tree, and I see the branch that where all the canker is coming off of, and the matriarch of the family, which is the grandparent, ain't no better. She's and again, maternal all the way, right? This maternal family is very heavy in the feminine energy, and the grandparent is in allegiance with the cankered branch. So we ain't getting nowhere. We ain't getting nowhere. So at this point, a lot has transpired for us, right? As we went through the last 3 months of disillusionment, a lot of us have been we've been seeing stuff, but it's been hitting us at a different level, at a deeper level where it's like, that's it. Like, it's literally choking you. It's literally choking you, that's saying, no, I can't breathe. I can't, my spirit can't, I cannot do this with you. And for me, the urgency was, the energetic seal is happening, and I know that this is very important, that what I do is going to seal me in a particular part of the timeline, and I'm not willing to risk my soul ascension for some ignoramuses that don't even know themselves, trying to clear the air with them, or trying to assert my spiritual dominance with them. Hell no. Why waste your spiritual energy in that arena? This is the revelation that I got literally in the past couple of days on a deeper level, right? And at first I was scrambling, like, I gotta have this conversation, I gotta clear this, I gotta put, and then it was like, no, that's it. We're just not doing it no more. And literally it was showing me, like, on the day of, when was it, Mercury the 17th, yesterday, and I was planning on having another conversation with my particular branch, that's just right, the branch I come from, my mother and siblings. And then it was like, no, don't do it. Like, it was something, a message that I listened to that was basically saying, take this time to be with self. Don't, especially with Mercury retrograde into the North Node, bringing us into the North Node, into that spiritual maturation. Do not force a conversation. Do not force something, because you know that's what it's going to be. I had to sit with myself and be like, you know it's going to be like pulling teeth, because you're going to feel the resistance. The moment I even come and say, hey, can we meet? I already feel the energetically, they punching me in my face. Get that shit out of here. Knock them out the park. They want to hit me with a bat, but they like, okay, and they'll sit with me, but they don't want to do it. So I already know I'm coming up against resistance. They already like, here she go with her spiritual shit again. With her, I could see shit that y'all don't see. And then they get offended because they think you coming down on them. And it's like, no, I'm really trying to let y'all know that I have an insight that you don't see. Wouldn't you like to get help from someone who has the insight? Common sense to me. I mean, help me, please. Help me, universal, divine law and energy. If there's some insight that you have, please help me. I will not be offended. Right? Let me see. Let me see what else, if I missed anything, because I know I missed some stuff. You are speaking facts, LOL. No filters needed. That's why I love your lives. Right, Nicole? Peace. Thank you for it. Thank you. I love my lives too, and I could just be real with y'all. And true. More so than real, because ain't nothing like being true. And it's like, tell me. And I felt like I'm going to go and say something, and then, you know, I had that message and spirit was like, don't do it. Preserve your energy. And I just kept seeing myself having the conversation while feeling the resistance. And what is the point of this? The message is for you. That's what I kept feeling. The message is for you. Okay, you saw what you saw. Now do what you do. Now move different. Step different. Right? Yes, Nicole, it is jealousy. People can't see your light and hate that they don't have spiritual gifts. And it ain't our fault. The truth of the matter is we all have it. You just choose not to be tuned in. You choose to live in your lies. You choose to not have, not you, Nicole, but I'm speaking to them. You choose to live in your lives. You choose to not have acknowledgement. You choose to not have accountability for how you show up. And that's something that we were talking about today. How do you show up? What is Jupiter in Cancer about? Jupiter in Cancer is, well, first let's look at Jupiter, right? Jupiter is the planet of expansion and wisdom, knowledge, wisdom. And Cancer is the house or the principalities of home life, nurture, emotions, right? So it expands that. So a lot of stuff that has been kicking up, and I said this last year right before Jupiter was going in, I was like, y'all watch out for family stuff coming up, because Jupiter is about to enter into Cancer. It's about to enter, and it means there's some things that need to be faced. Things that are coming up in the family are things that needed to be faced, right? Things we needed to look at and be aware of. Things that were coming up had to be dealt with. It might have been family secrets from way back when, and it needs to come up. And what it's really asking, because it's the nurturer and it's more of the maternal lineage, it's asking for the women in the family to remember. They need to speak of their wounds, not hide them, not say like some people are like, oh, I forgave and I give it to God. I didn't ask you if you forgave. I didn't ask you if you gave it to God. I'm asking us to talk about it so we can process it, because there are people in the family that need to hear it. Because the next generation that comes up and they're not aware of these wounds, then they live in these wounds that you have not spoken of. You haven't given them a chance to exonerate it. You haven't given them a chance to be aware of it. Mothers, grandmothers that have been raped, that have been molested, we have to speak up, right? And here comes the rain. Here comes the rain again. I feel it. Whoop, whoop. Hold on. I gotta adjust my seat because the rain is coming in. Let me see. I see something that I missed there. Hold on. Faithfully, I answered your question about what is Jupiter. Let me know if you got the answer of what Jupiter means in that, right? They faking their closeness with the Most High. Yes, definitely. You know, but to them, they feel like they being real. They feel like they got a real relationship. And maybe it is a real relationship, but it ain't true. It's not in true time reality. It's not in the love that lights the truth, because it comes with conditions. It's not agape, unconditional love. It is not universal law. It is dogma. It is indoctrinated script, right? That was stolen already. Is regurgitated information. Don't get me wrong. Bible got its truths in there, but metaphysically. Right? But they are not doing the work that they're supposed to do. They're not doing their due diligence. When you are spiritually connected and have done the work, exactly. They faking it and you up here doing all the work. Right? And the work that you're doing is helping to clear the bloodline. It's helping to loosen up some stuff for them, and they don't even know it. They're so unappreciative. Right? Not saying we need them to kiss our ass or anything, but they have no respect. Instead, they get in the way and cock block the entire, generational breaking. Like, you the one chiseling. We the one on the chisel, hammering it all in. We doing the hard work. And what I mean by that is we're the one having the experiences in life that has to break it. In order to break generational curses, situations have to happen to you for you to transcend it in order to break the curse. That means you got to go through some shit. Generational curse breakers go through the trenches of shit. And instead of them acknowledging that, having appreciation that you went through it and you overcame it to make it easier for them, they shit on you. They throw dirt on you. They spit on you. Call you all type of weirdo shit, but it's the power of my weirdo shit that got me through. It's the spiritual strength in my I am that got me through the trenches to be able to make life just a little bit easier for you. But they don't see that. And they look at what you're going through sometimes and they look down on you like, ooh, see, And they love to see when you fail at something. I'm going to quote it because you ain't really failing. But in their eyes, when you mess up or when something goes wrong for you, gratitude. Hey, Candy Bar, greetings and gratitude to you too, all the way from Oklahoma. Peace, love, and light. Hearts. Let me send you some hearts to you and Nicole and Royal up in here. Up in here. And whoever else is up in here. I can't see. I didn't see another name. All right. Let me make sure I see correctly. Okay. I see it. Yes. So much trauma. Shadow work is so important. Yes, it is. And this, 1111. You always catching the 1111. 1111. Right? Master number 11. Master number 11. That's spiritual enlightenment. Right? And that's what we talking about right now, because enlightenment is destruction. A lot of people think enlightenment is, ooh, I got the bright lights. Ooh, spiritual bliss and happiness. Enlightenment, in order for you to be enlightenment, there has to be some kind of destruction, some kind of deconstruction for you to become enlightened. Something has to be destroyed for you to be enlightened about something. Ashe? So that's what that, when y'all see that 1111, it's a confirmation that you are moving through, or you may be approaching some devastation to become enlightened. Maybe you're about to approach a tower moment or a dark night of the soul, or, you know, maybe you're about to approach it. Right? You're welcome. You're welcome, Ashe. Thank you for being here and getting some of this that we're sharing, this new moon energy. I'm just sharing the new vibes, the new moon vibes with you, and I'm just letting spirit take it where it goes, because I had something to share with y'all in my notes. I'm gonna see if I could still share it. I had my download for today with the new moon to share with y'all, but I was just letting spirit take it where it go. Maybe it's something that needed to be talked about, as a lot of us are going through this window, and it does apply to a lot of us for what we've been through. This is the point. This cosmic seal is the point where we say, that's it. We've done all we can do. We did the bring it to the table. We did the have the conversations. We did all of this. We did the forgiveness, and we did the collective compassion, where even though I know that's how you are, I'm going to come around you and I'm just going to, you know, be quiet. I'm just going to not say nothing. We did all of that in the light of acceptance. I'm going to accept you as you are. But now it's the next level that's saying, do something different, because just sitting there is not good enough now. We've proven our point that, and I'm just giving it to you how spirit gave it to me. You've proven your point that you're coming from a good place in your heart, that you don't have no vengeance for nobody. You're not holding a grudge against nobody. You've proven your point, or the point, that you've passed the test, I should say, or the trial, that you practice collective compassion for the collective. You're not mad at them. You're not angry at them. You're not trying to spite them, because you understand that that's where they are because of their wounds. You get it. Now the next level is saying you've practiced that. You are worthy for the next level. Now you can do the things that are going to seem mean to them. They're going to think you're being petty. They're going to think that you're being vengeful. They're going to think you're being unforgiving, and they're going to think you're being judging, right? Judgmental, which that's what they're really doing to you. There's a difference between being judgmental and having the spirit of discernment, which is good judgment. Right? So you are discerning. You have the discerning spirit. They are being judgmental. They are in fact judging you, but accusing you of judging them. Right? And how do you know? If you want to even tell them, if they bring it up to you and you throw it right back around, like, no, you're the one that's judging. I have discernment, which is good judgment. But your judgment comes with condemnation. Your judgment comes with lack of forgiveness, lack of accountability, and inauthenticity. Lack of acknowledgement. Your judgment comes with lack of understanding, right? And this is all heart chakra stuff that I'm telling y'all right now, right? Because the heart chakra is about good judgment. Well, actually the solar plexus, but the heart chakra is when you are having forgiveness, then you don't have judgment against others or yourself. So you have a clean heart. Your heart is clear. Hey, how's everything going? Hey, Adam, welcome in. Peace, love, and light. Share some hearts so more people can get to us, right? So more who are finding this high frequency can vibe on the high frequency. Yes, heart chakras. The green heart says the it's a higher, to be in true discernment is higher, which solar plexus, because solar plexus is really about discernment and good judgment. And so when you're practicing that, you're in your higher solar plexus, which bridges you into the heart. It's closer to the heart, and it allows you to act more freely and authentically in the heart. So it allows you to have that good judgment that brings you to understanding, the peace that surpasses all understanding. And so that's the difference. I say that to say that to you. Like, if they want to throw something at you, no, I got discernment, because my discernment comes with understanding. Your judgment comes with a lack of understanding. You don't have understanding. And sometimes it don't even make no sense to say it, because they still won't get it. They're going to still argue with you that you're the one that's not understanding them. And that's fine. What we're doing now is not moving in that energy, not trying to battle it out with them, not trying to prove anything, not trying to even have that spiritual dominance of yourself. It's to say, hey, this is what it is, right? It looks like you're sitting outside in the rain, but you're not getting wet, right? I am. It's raining. I'm sitting here with my tree, and it is raining. You can hear the rain, but I'm under the shade part of it, and it's not blowing in on me like it was last night. Ooh, last night it was wetting me up, right? Peace, love, and light. So this is what I share with y'all now, that we understand how the family link is moving and what must be done, and why it's important, why the bloodline is under attack, why the maternal lineage is getting what it's getting, and why we must do what we need to do in our part. And accountability is a big key. As I said, this was something we were talking about today. Accountability means, and I'm going to share this with you as it came. If your parents have not had accountability for what they've done, it is our job. It is your job to have that accountability. What do I mean by that? It's not your job to take up for what they didn't. It's not, you didn't do what they did, right? But when I say have accountability, it means now acknowledge that they didn't handle what they needed to handle, right? Let's say they abandoned you, whatever it is that they did. And it's for you to recognize, even though you were a child, it's for you to look back and acknowledge it now, in this now position, but look back and say, you know what? I was wrong for believing in you. I was wrong for thinking that you would love me the way that I felt like I needed to be loved. I was wrong for thinking that you could even understand what I need. Right? And I'm not saying this in a way of pettiness. I'm not saying it to kind of throw it back at them like silly me to think that you could love me. I'm not saying it sarcastically. I'm being very, very true. Right? From the truest state, inner peace is priceless, Ashe. From the truest state, it's the accountability is saying, I hold myself accountable now, because the parent is not. Right? We got to be wise enough to see when they're not holding themselves accountable. And that's true transcendence. We cannot transcend this unless someone holds accountability. So if the parent can't do it, then it's on us if we're going to break it for our children. Now, I got to stop and say, you know what? You did the best you can do as a parent. And now I got to hold accountability by saying, my fault for expecting you to not abandon me, or whatever it is that they did to you, right? Silly of me to think. Silly of me to think that I could ever have you for my guy. Silly of me. And it's, again, I want to be very clear. This is not out of place of pettiness. You have to do this out of a place of understanding and a space in the love frequency that says, I love you no matter what. You did the best you can do. But just because that's your best, that's not the best for me. And now I got to do what I got to do to break this. So I'm going to hold accountability for feeling like, or for thinking that you would take care of this. Clearly, it's not within your reach to do. And you don't have to say it to them. I'm saying that we have to just have that accountability of recognition. It's about you recognizing it, right? Your past can be your motivation to make things better or your excuse for why it's worse. Ashe, exactly. And see, when they don't acknowledge it, it becomes their excuse for making things worse. And that's the canker on the tree. The lack of accountability, the lack of acknowledgement. We cannot sweep things under the rug. We are in the energetic stage. It's going to doom and it's going to do these people in. We are no longer in the Kali Yuga. We are no longer in the Iron Age. We are in the Bronze Age. We went from material age into the energy age. We are entering into the fifth dimension, even more energetic. The fifth dimension is the expression of creation in time. It is energy. Everything is in the field of information. There is no getting away with it. So it has to be brought out. And this is why the exposure has to happen. So if those who are healing the bloodline, if you can find other women, particularly in the family, or it can be men that is aware of the feminine energy, they can help too, right? To help unlock the codes in the maternal bloodline. Because when those women speak up and say, hey, this and that has been done to me, and we can talk about it, we can expose it, because when you expose it, you move it from the secrets. Gia, hello, hello, welcome in. We remove it from the secret places. And that's where the demons, the demonic energy, that's where it lodges. The unhealed wounds, it lodges in the secret places and spaces. Ashe, 1122. Master number 11 and master number 22. That's the master builder and master enlightenment. It's time to build. Right? It is time to build our next paradigm, our next shift that we're shifting on. New moon in Pisces is saying, come on, it's time for, where's the spiritual maturation? We have to change our perspective. Ashe, which brings me to my message. So I'm going to share that message with y'all while y'all here, is that it's time to change that spiritual perspective. That's what this new moon is highlighting, as today is a day of 5. If you count up all the numbers of today's date, it's going to equal 22. Sorry, 23 is going to equal 23, which is a 5. All right? It's a 5 by the numbers 2 and 3, which is harmony of duality, the 2, into the creative completion that is bringing us into the 5. So this 5 is change, or what I call physical spiritual balance, which brings us change. Thank you, goddess. Thank you, thank you. I meant to say it before. Thank you, because I was on a roll. Nicole Ray, thank you for the hearts. So I'm gonna share this download with y'all while I have y'all here. And I didn't forget you, and you had a message up there, hold on, that I needed to answer. How can you save the world when you have not saved yourself? And when you have saved yourself, how can you deny another? How can you save the world when you have not saved yourself? Clear question. This is why I know you're saying it. It's a comment. We can't save everybody if we don't do our own due diligence. And that's how we got to look at it. It's not about out there. It's what we do in here. And let that change carve the pathways, right? And when you have saved yourself, how can you deny another of the truth of your reality in existence, which is walking in your truth? Once you have saved yourself, remember, we are reflections of each other. Life is a reflection of you. So when you know the truth, we got to move in that truth and do the do. Because now that you have saved yourself, how can you deny another of the truth of your reality in existence? You have to exist in the truth of your reality, which is a true timeline reality. That's what we're stepping into. Ashe? Hearts right back at you. And so that is a good thing to note to self. We gotta, especially that last part, how can we deny that truth? It's our responsibility now. We're supposed to respond now. We are first responders. Responsibility is the ability to respond, not react. We're no longer reacting. We are responders, right? On the unit. On this unit, we first responders on this unit. Got it? We have to do the do in the truth of my reality. Ashe. Do what it do in the truth of your reality and what has been revealed to you, regardless of how it comes across to them. This is not the time to play nice, y'all. If you really want to call back your power, then you got to be in your power. You got to do in your power. And stop going along with things just because. You know, I'm saying, y'all don't fall for these demonic stage shows, okay? These family events, these birthdays, these weddings, these parties, This how they get you. A whole demon party, y'all demon dancing. And you co-signing to all of it because you don't want to step on nobody's toes and ruin their fun. Let them have their fun without you. Because this is how I'm looking at it now. If I show up, you gonna really call me the crazy lady. Because I'm gonna walk in a way that's so spiritually armored. Looking like a voodoo priestess, whatever I got to adorn myself in. And I'm gonna be the one to call out. And the moment I see the demon, I'm gonna be like, demon, no. They're going to think I got Tourette's. Demon, no. You know, we chopping it up at a wedding. Everybody being all nice and cordial. And then I'm going to see something demonic. And I'm going to be like, demon, no. And they not going to like that. So for me, it's best that I just don't show up. And if spirit tell me to show up, that means I'm supposed to come and flip the damn tables. And that's just what it is. It may disturb their little party. But that's not my problem. Don't invite me then. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be mean. Right? They demon dancing. You see it. Most definitely. I don't do family functions because they are wild. Not my vibe. Exactly. I don't... Look, they too... What's the word for me? Sometimes it's not even too wild, but it does feel wild for me. Because I see wild demon dancing. Like, I see too much. Right? Gia says, I love a good table flip. Y'all like Jesus so much? Let's talk about when Jesus flipped the tables. Because I see some tables that need to be flipped. Because y'all making a mockery out of my Father's house. Right? I'm my Father's house. The kingdom of God is within me. So wherever I go is the house. Wherever you go is the house. So right now we all up in the house. And y'all making a mockery. A marketplace out of the house. Y'all selling some shit. Right? I love a good table flip when they selling some shit. Stop selling the shit. Right? Let me see. There was one more thing I missed. Recognizing that I was being demonic, I saw that my whole family is being demonic. And now I have been set apart from my born bloodline. And that's what it is right now. A lot of us, like, I'm seeing it and I'm cool with it. Like, I saw so much things. I saw enough. I'm cool with crossing the bifurcation bridge and entering into that next time, being sealed in that timeline. And I'm cool if I don't see everybody else again. I'm good. Believe me, I'm not feeling left out. I'm like, please leave me out. I'm kind of like this in the corner right now. Like, please don't call me. Don't send me an invite. Don't. Please leave me alone. That's where I'm at with it right now. And they over there thinking we better send her an invite because, you know, her feelings might be hurt. They think they doing you a favor. Somebody help them. Please help them. Was pissed with me about the Christmas and their Thanksgiving, right, Grace? Talk about it. They be pissed with you. Oh, you not coming to Thanksgiving? You not coming to Christmas? Oh, she too good for us. Oh, he too good for us. You know what? I am too good. Take it how you want to take it. But who know better, do better. And I'm in my doing better. I know better, so I'm doing better. If you feel like I am better, then good, you got the message. Now, how about you take a hint? How about you follow? I'm leading by example. How about you follow and do better yourself? You know, how about you get to know better yourself so you can do better yourself and stop watching me and watching with jealousy and envy. Know thyself so you can be true with thyself. Right? I'm laid back. I can't do all the shenanigans and foolishness. Yeah, Look, they be doing too much. Too much. Like, I see too much in the simple stuff. You understand me? Like, where I'm coming from right now, I was under serious demonic attack. And it happens in simple things. Like, it's not even just them acting wild. I'm gonna tell y'all straight. It's them coming in and knowing that you see my light, and I know that you got the information because the information is in the field. Y'all don't be fooled. You don't gotta say a word. Okay, your field goes out 6 feet. So the moment they step into the room, they got the information in their field. They know what's up. And so they poke you. And so what happened to me was, as soon as they came in, sat right next to me, rubbed arms with me. Like, that's poking. That's poking. That's not even being too loud. But in the energetic field, that's too, you doing too much. Right? Little things like that. Then next want to do something. They did about 3 things in one setting, and it'd be little stuff like that, coming in, whispering in my ear. You whisper what? What are you whispering for? What you're telling me is not a secret. But it was the act of doing something, of feeling like, just poking you because it knows that you're not tolerating what's in their information field. It knows that. And because it knows it, it wants to try you. And if you don't say nothing, then you're accepting it. And that's why I said, at this point, I just have to say no. If do it again, and I'm going to say demon. That's going to be my code word. Demon, I see you. Demon, I see you. Whatever this is, I'm not going to argue with you about it. Just, demon, I see you. That's, we ain't doing that. That's a whole circus act. Right? They think they're hurting us, but we are so relieved, right? That's what I'm saying. They think don't. No, I'm relieved. Please leave me out. I don't want to be a part of the circus act. Exactly, sis. I'm an empath, so I pick up on energy. Exactly. I'm very empathic, and I'm hypersensitive for the past 3 years now. Ever since I quantum leaped into another timeline about the end of 2022, now it's like, oh my God, please stay away from me. Like, I could feel so much, and I'm clairsentient. My empathic or psychic, my third eye abilities, my clears is clairsentient. So empathic, hypersensitive, sensitive, and clairsentient, I'm feeling it all. Like, I literally feel it to the touch of the skin. So it's like, no, we can't do this. No ma'am, no spam, no ham. We can't do this. Ashe? So let me see, was there anything else? Did I miss anything else? And folks always trying to tell you that you ain't feeling what you feeling. Exactly. They always in there talking about that's not what you feeling. Listen, the last conversation I just had, this is why I said, let me just leave these people alone. I'm bringing something to the attention for them to be like, let me help you have acknowledgement to this. And I'm breaking it down and everything. And then it was flipped right back around on me. And it was like, are you sure that you're not holding this? Because we forgot about it. After that meeting, we forgot about it and we didn't think about it anymore. So if it's still bothering you, then maybe it's in your feelings. And I'm like, goddamn dumb ditties. That is not what this was for, okay? This is not, I already did my healing. I'm giving y'all the opportunity to practice acknowledgement and accountability. You don't owe me no apology, but practice acknowledgement. But they can't acknowledge. And the fact that you said, oh, it was in the, after the meeting, we just forgot about it, that proves my point that y'all suffer from avoidance. That the generational curse is avoidance. You forgot about it because you avoided accountability. You forgot about it because you avoided acknowledgement to avoid having integrity. So you forgot about it under the disguise of I forgave and I put it, whatever the disguise was. Like, oh, water under the bridge, or it's in the past and we need to not look in the past. You better know how to Sankofa. You better know how to stand in the present and look in the past and rewrite the past so you can bring the new information forward. And they be the same ones that say you can't, if you don't know your past, how do you know your future? How do you know what's really happening in the now to set up for a better future if you don't look in the past? You better look back at it. The hell out of here. Get out of here. Folks always trying to tell you that yep, okay, I had saw that. Accountability is like a disease these days. Oh yeah, they don't want to catch it. It's like a cold they don't want to catch. That's what I felt like the last one that I was just talking to them. It's like, damn, they act like I'm bringing them the cold. Like, oh, we don't want to catch that. Not all of them, most of them was much better this time. But, oh my God. This is why they got to just have accountability. People avoid it at all costs. Yeah, people don't want truth. They don't want it. The lack of account. And this is why we have to be in our authenticity. Our biggest power right now is authenticity. Walking in your authentic authority every step of the way. Every step of the way. You have to be in your authenticity. And that's why we cannot co-sign to the seeds of inauthenticity that those demonic energies are sowing. We cannot co-sign to that, right? So this new moon is asking us to release the shadows of Virgo, to take what we've learned from the shadows of Virgo and bring that into Pisces, just like Mercury brought us into the North Node in Pisces, just like Third Eye Atlas brought us into Pisces as well, into the spiritual house to say, this is it. This is a karmic closure, and this is karmic of multiple lifetimes. We're not just talking about karmic in this lifetime, y'all. This is the big kahuna of kahunas before we enter into the spring equinox, doomsday. And I'm going to talk more about that when we get there, like doomsday, but what I want to say about it now as it pertains to the beginning of an end, right? The 28 degrees at the end of a cycle for a new moon, a new beginning. And this is what it looks like. I want to parallel that to what it's going to look like for the new year. Spring is a true new year. And the new year is a rebirth. And so the rebirth happens after a death. So when I say doomsday, it doesn't mean the world's coming to the end, but it is the doomsday before. It's the doomsday that leads us into the new. This is where we dust off our feet and say, okay, that's it. It's doomsday. Let it die. Something is going to be it. And it does mean something geologically in the earth. And y'all will see. If it don't happen that weekend, if something don't happen in the earth, and I'm not wishing bad on the earth, but the earth know it's not bad anyway. It's part of the cleansing. But something major is definitely cooking up, particularly in that Pacific Ocean. Right? Particularly in the ring of the fire, in the northern hemisphere of the ring of fire, where it's closer to the crown chakra of the earth meridians, right? There is going to be something major that we may consider like doomsday, like COVID was doomsday. It's going to be something that's considered that. So we may see that, if not this weekend, sometime within this season, this spring season, as we spring forward, as we begin to move forward, we're going to see something in this new beginning, in this rebirth, that is going to require a doomsday, just like enlightenment requires devastation in order to be enlightened, right? So death has to happen for the rebirth. So just kind of pointing that out, right? So with that, let me give you the statistics. I'm gonna finally give it to y'all now before I close out. Right, so this is the download from today about the time to change your perspectives and what the new moon is doing. So this new moon accentuates, and for YouTube, if you catch a video, if you miss any of this, I did, share this download on the video on YouTube. This new moon accentuates the spiritual maturation of standing in integrity with what you now know and express authenticity in every now moment in the face of adversity and opposition, without trying to fix it. True acceptance is being aware of what is, while holding accountability for what you know carves a path of destiny without the need to fix the external circumstances. So basically saying there that with this true acceptance, it's being aware of what is, like what I had been saying about. It is what it is. You're aware of it. And true acceptance is not only being aware of it, but holding accountability for what you now know. As I said earlier, if your parents didn't hold accountability, you hold accountability for it. Not that you're taking the blame for them, but you're holding acknowledgement for what is, right? And that is going to carve a path of destiny for you, a whole new path without the need to fix anything on the outside. So instead of trying to get them right with you or have them respect you, it's going to carve a whole new path for you, right? And a lot of us are going to be connected to our soul tribes, like we're all connecting right now. You're going to start to find your soul family the more that you let go of this idea, right? Some of us have already let go of families. That's good. But now this next step is going to be letting go of the concept or the idea or anything like that of you having to assert your spiritual domain with them. It's like I'm hearing Ike Turner. No, I'm hearing what was it in Tina Turner? What's love got to do with it? I'm hearing you ain't even worth the bullet. Like it's that. It's recognizing that they ain't even worth the bullet. It don't even make no sense to say anything, right? So that's what it's going to carve. It's going to carve a new way just by you recognizing that. You're going to open up a different pathway for you, and you're going to find the true collaborations. This is what we're coming to. For those of us who truly do this work, it's bringing us into the true collaborations, which is the Aquarian age, right? The evolved aspects of the Aquarian age is true collaboration for humanity. It's about true humanity, which means we have to have true collaboration, which means we have to understand what true service is one unto another. And by you now recognizing that that's not of service, that's not of true service, of how they're being with you, and you holding accountability to that, that opens new pathways for you. Ashe? And you're going to see it real soon. I don't know about y'all, but I see the light. Walk into the light, Caroline. I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm okay with what I see. So this is about having to find his destiny without fixing the circumstances. As I said, this can only be done when we change the perspective of how we see the situation, which is Pisces seeing the bigger picture, rather than trying to change the situation, which is Virgo fixing the details. The harmony of this new moon in Pisces acknowledges the shadows of Virgo and brings it into the bigger picture of Pisces to dissolve it rather than fight and fix it. Love dissolves fear. When you come into the love frequency or the unity frequency, which is the fifth dimension, it dissolves fear, which is the block of the root, which keeps us stagnant in the root chakra, which is the physical body and everything that is in manifestation. Ashe? So this is going to dissolve that by coming into that harmony of duality. Now you see where the 2-3 is. The 2 and the 3 that makes the 5. It's confirming it right here. This is the harmony that we need, right? To bring us, you hear that? You hear them buzzing around out there. Yeah, just want to make noise, right? Out there in them streets, out there in the spiritual streets, just making noise. And you just got to let them make noise and fly right by, right? Last piece. It is time to make the power moves. And I had said this with the last, this is something that came to light when we had the last card, the cards that I pulled with the full moon. And in that, there were some obstacles. The obstacle was power move. It was the card that said power move, which is for your solar plexus, moving in your true I am, making those power moves that we just spoke about, right? Saying no when you got to say no. I don't care if it looks simple. Listen, somebody asked me, hey, can you braid so-and-so hair? And on the surface level, it was like, yeah, like there's no harm in that. My spirit had to catch me and be like, don't you let them put their hooks in you. That's a demon move right there. They know darn well they don't never ask you for nothing. And now here they go asking you to do something for them because they're using the fact that you're connected through another way. Like, let me not go into that whole story, but they were using that to kind of sink their hooks and ask me for something. And it seemed very simple, but this is why my third eye is very sharp. And it was like, don't be available for that. And I was like, no. At first I said, let me see what I could do. Then I was honest and I was like, nah, I got a workshop to do. I got some cleaning to do. I can't even sit here and tell you that I could do that. Let me think about it. And while I was thinking about it, Spirit was telling me, you know, you're not doing it, right? You see what's happening, right? And lo and behold, this was like maybe about a week or two ago. And lo and behold, now this person is the very person that really showed they ass to me in that last meeting. After that last meeting, they really showed they ass and was like, I was like, oh, thank you for showing me where we stand. Because please believe I'm not begging you for nothing. But it's things like that. And then what they did just showed me confirmation. See? So when they was asking you to do such and such, oh, can you do her hair? That seems simple, right? But now look, 2 weeks later, the truth came out, and I'm so glad that I did not, because you was trying to pimp my energy. See, and these are the things we got to look out for. When they ask you for favors, just stop for a minute before you answer. Just stop and think, is this something that I need to be doing? They ask me for money, see? Whatever they asking you for, even if they need it, do not give them money. Money is a representation of your true currency, which is your energy. When you give them your money, you're giving them your energy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Right? What if you find yourself struggling in this time? In what way? In what way do you mean? Clarify that for me. Struggling in what way? Because I know I be struggling sometimes. I know, especially with the family. There's certain now moment stuff that they put you in an awkward position, and it's like I literally froze the other day because them same, you know, broken, wounded ones from the cankered branch wanted to ask me, and I was like, because it seems harmless, right? They were like, can you put some in the, I was cooking something, can you put some in a pot for me? Can you put some in away for me? And it was like, and it just froze me. And I knew why Spirit was like, you better not. Right? And it may seem simple. You may be making something to eat and they'd be like, oh, let me taste some. Don't take nothing from me, and I won't take nothing from you. Don't give nothing to me, and I won't give nothing to you. We are not to exchange anything least you acknowledge. When you have acknowledgement and accountability, then the chains are broken. Then the path is open, and then we can speak because we're no longer choking. Okay? Then we could share energy. But before then, any energy that you share, any form of energy, whether it be money, whether it be a favor, anything like that, you are going to do yourself more harm than they're doing to you. Remember, they're unconscious. They're being puppeteered by the parasitic energy and the parasitic entanglement through their own wounds. Yes, it is their wounds, but they are unaware that they are in a parasitic entanglement. This is why Yeshua said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. They don't even know they under the influence. They don't know they getting a DUI. Right? Because our bodies is our vehicle, right? They don't know they driving under the influence. But you do. So when you exchange that energy, to whom much is given, much is required, you're going to get the clap back bigger, longer, and stronger than them. So think about you first. Right? Next thing you know, you go do them a favor and you drive off, and now your tire got a flat, and or something unfortunate happened, and it's not a coincidence. It's an energetic feedback or an energetic clap back. Something is showing you that you went about something in the wrong way. You engage with energies in the wrong way. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Let me see what y'all saying. I've been missing I wasn't scrolling. Sorry. Yes, I can feel the change. Like the old me is slowly shedding. Ashe, ashe. Let it shed, let it fall away. This we decree. In our truth and our deeds, so shall it be. We unlock the bonds, we break the chains, we move forward on in our spiritual domain for what we proclaim in this day, in this now moment. And so shall it be. Under this new moon, I decree this for you and me. Ashe. Do what you can with that, right? As spirit gives it to me, I give it to you. Exact same thing. And it froze me. See, I know I'm not the only one. See, some of us getting froze in this. I'm glad I shared it with you so you could see you're not by yourself. They're doing certain things that when you feel it, if you feel that little, it felt like a hook to me. I was just minding my business and it just felt like a hook. Or some things they do, it feel like a poke. Or it feel like it offends you. And if it feels like it offends you, then it is an offense. Take it as such. Honor the truth that they are offending you, even though they're being puppeteered. But it is an offense. Recognize the energy. You are meant to feel the offense so that you can recognize it, because who feels it knows it. You are getting it in the field of information. And when it hits your field of information, when it hits your auric field, you are going to feel it. So don't cast it off as a coincidence. Don't cast it off as, oh, maybe I'm being too sensitive, or maybe I'm looking too much into it. No, that's only because that's what they keep telling you. They've been programming you. And sometimes it's still in the debris of your soul. But this is what we break free from as the truth unfolds, and we will no longer hold, because it is time to be brave and bold. Ashe? Messed up. Went into old ego, people pleasing mode, and gave them money and bought them food. Don't worry, you'll bounce back. Don't do it no more from this day. You see this energetic seal that we having right now? Honor yourself. I'm saying that to all of us here. The 6, the 3, and the 6. That's creative completion and receptive completion. 2 parts of the 369. Right? The 3 main portals, the 3 main dimensional portals. That's the power of the 369. Creative completion, receptive completion, and spiritual completion. And right here I'm seeing a 3 and a 6 and another 6. So we got receptive completion right here. And I say this to all of us right here. Do not do it anymore. What you do from here is on you. But I'm saying at this moment, because when we know, we can't unknow it. And we're responsible for what we know. If you already done did some things, forgive yourself for it. Now that you know, don't do it no more. Now that you know, don't do it no more. Right? That's it. It's a wrap. Do not give to them. Do not take from them. If you go to an event, if you even happen to go, don't eat. Let me tell y'all, get fortified. You better walk in there with the full armor of God. Armor yourself, armor your children. Do not eat, not a thing from them. That's what I've been doing lately too. If I go to certain things, if I even show up, which now I'm not showing up no more. Now I'm like, If I even show up, like I said, I'm going to look like the crazy one. But what I've been doing is I don't eat. I don't care how much food. They be like, we got a whole buffet. No, it's okay. I'm on a fast. I'll have some water, and it be my water. I won't even take water from them. I walk with my own bottle of water. It be my water. And if I'm not on a fast, I make sure I eat before I come. I eat before I get there, because I know they're going to have all this food and all this yum and whatever. I eat before I come, if I'm eating. And then when I get there, you will not see me pick up not a plate from any one of them. Unless it's coming from someone who is in a better connection with you. If I know that they particularly made that dish, I would only eat that dish, and I would not eat anything else. I'm saying it's that serious. Be mindful of what you appropriate. Authenticity is that what? Is that not even worth my energy? Is that what you, oh, it's not a question. Authenticity, it is that not even worth my opinion. Am I saying that right, Royale? Ashe. If it's not authenticity, it's not worth my energy. That's how I'm see, and the winds just picked up. Ancestors in the wind. If it ain't authenticity, it's not even worth it. Right? Thank you for sharing that too, Grace, because you are not alone. But guess what? You're also not alone in empowering yourself. So walk in your authentic authority, and from here on out, you don't share, you don't exchange nothing with them until they have acknowledgement and accountability. So anyhow, before I go, the last part I was talking about was making the power moves, because the last cards we pulled, there was an obstacle in us making power moves, because what was hidden from us is the sacred reverence. And the sacred reverence is when we go into our higher self, when we remember our soul's purpose, when we remember the divine will and we put the divine will first. That's sacred reverence over all this human shit, right? Sacred reverence is what's being hidden, because and it's not that we don't know sacred reverence, but sometimes when we're in the field with everybody and shit is happening, we get caught up in the circus act. And so we think about their feelings and, oh, I don't want to come across like this, or I'm not trying to make them feel no way. I understand that they don't know themselves, whatever reason it is. So sometimes when we're caught up in that, we don't put the sacred reverence first. This is now that time where it goes divine plan, higher purpose, spiritual journey first and foremost, before anything else that's happening in the real world, before my job, before my family, before was anything that's going on in the world. Like I had to text somebody and tell them, look, my soul's purpose comes first and foremost. Authenticity, I believe I told them that my accountability and integrity to my soul comes first before any family affair. So y'all could stick that up your derriere. Don't come to me with some, oh, we family. We no, because we not family when it comes to respecting me. We're not family. So don't come to me with that. Right? We co-workers on this plane. So don't come to me with blood and all that, blood thicker than water. No, like I told y'all, I'd rather purified water than tainted blood. So keep that tainted blood. Nope, no ma'am, no spam, no ham. Keep it. Don't come to me with that. So I don't even know where I was going with that, but I just went with it. So, and I'm saying that because I want us to remember to keep the reverence. Thank you, Spirit. Put the reverence first before them, before any family affair. So don't make that important for me. That's important for you. That's not important for me. They like to throw that at you. That's not important for me. My spiritual well-being is important. My soul's purpose is important. And that's what I'm going to look at. So that's what I mean when I say put it's hidden from us. It's not that we don't see it, but it's not readily, like we're not utilizing it and we're not seeing it in the moment because of what else is being placed in front of us at that time. So right now I'm bringing that to the forefront, and that's what I'm saying. It's time to make that power move. That obstacle that we was having around the full moon time, it's time to make that power move against all comforts. It's not going to be comfortable, but do it. Against all comforts that are aligned with the sacred reverence of divinity according to the higher self and the soul's purpose. So make the power move against the comforts that are aligned with what? Your sacred reverence. That are aligned with what? Your soul's purpose, your divine plan, your higher self. Go into your higher self. Just take a moment to breathe. That's all I'm saying. Before you respond, before you say anything to them, before you respond to them or react. We don't want to react, we want to respond. But before you respond or anything, just take a moment, take a deep breath. And while you're taking a deep breath, I want you to breathe in. Imagine your crown chakra open up and ready to bring it straight into your heart. And breathe in as if you're drawing from your soul star, because your soul star is above here, and your soul star is what keeps you connected to your divine plan, your soul's purpose. That's all up in your soul star, ready to enter your cosmic gateway in the body here in your crown. So take a deep breath and imagine your crown opening and receiving that deposit from your soul star, remembering your soul's purpose. You don't even got to know exactly what the purpose is. Just remind yourself, soul's purpose. My soul's purpose is first. My spiritual journey is first, and that comes before anything. And I want to make the right decisions that align with keeping me in this energetic seal. That's more important than anything else. So just take a deep breath before you respond to them, doing exactly what I just said, and let that come into your heart and send it down to the root, right? Send it down to the root so that the physical body can get the message. Ashe? So that was the last of that. Am I missing anything else? I did leave, you know, I did say it's 28 degrees of Pisces. This is the energy of transcendence and completion. The echoing of 28 degrees in Pisces is also echoing Saturn and Neptune, who was recently at 28 degrees of Pisces before closing out. So kind of looking at that, right? In which where they are in Aries right now, they are in a sextile with Pluto. So Pluto, the planet of revelation and death to rebirth transformation in Aquarius, is in a sextile with Saturn and Neptune in Aries, right? In the house of new beginnings, of individualization and bringing dreams and aspiration into that. That's Neptune. And Saturn is accountability. So that's what they're bringing. They're coming out of the Pisces house. They're echoing when they passed at 28 degrees. The sun and moon is kind of echoing that vibration a little bit. Like, hey, remember when they were closing out, having accountability for the illusions, getting rid of the illusions, is kind of echoing that for us, so we can double check and make sure, right? So overall, we're sensing what is over. We're sensing it and we see it. Even though it may feel not all together right now, you may feel like I didn't get to say what I need to say or do, but hey, we already talked about it. Y'all get the point. We don't gotta perfect a closure. Just know that we're not going back. We're sensing that it's over and we're not going back. I'm not going back. I think that's a song. I don't know. Y'all let me know. I'm just saying. Never playing. Let me see what it says here. Oh, so crazy. Someone tried to get me to twist their hair and I said no too. See? I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. Come on, Soul Tribe. Come on. Live vibe. We be vibing and living, and we know that we ain't making this stuff up. So happy new moon. Get your cosmic seal. We're still in the energetic week, strength of this week. On the 20th, we'll be going into spring, and Mercury will be going direct. It will be going direct. So kind of look at what that means for you. Any reminders? Remember, I do natal chart readings. If anybody wants to do a natal chart reading, you can contact me, message me. We have a retreat coming up in Jamaica. I need to post a flyer on TikTok. And on YouTube. We have an ancestral retreat coming up next month at the end of April. So if you got your income tax, you don't gotta wait to save up for nothing. Do like me, y'all. I take my income tax. We going to Jamaica. If you didn't already blow it, I'm just saying. To go and do the ancestral passage, you can go for 3 days or 6. It's your choice. There's a full excursion. We have a sacred space, and then we go into an excursion. Sacred space for 3 days, excursion for 3 days. If that's something that speaks to you as well, feel free to reach out. It's limited spacing. We're only going to have 6 people. So, the sooner you register, the sooner you lock in your space. I really don't like to turn people away. So if we need more, if we have to stretch it to 10, I'll do my best. We'll just have to make certain accommodations, but I kind of kept it at 6. So yeah, you can email me at akilatextry@gmail.com, AKILAHTEXTRI, to sign up for that. And other than that, we have the 5D calendars coming out. Yep, I said it, 5D calendars. Those of you who already know, you know what time it is. For those who don't know, you're really going to want to know what time it is with the True Timeline Reality, where our calendar begins in spring. That's our new year. So that's why it's going to be ready for spring, for new year. So we'll have that coming up. So feel free to reach out for either one. Just let me know, whatever it is. You can message me if you didn't get the email. Ashe, thank you for sharing your love, your light, your hearts, your roses, and all the gifts that I've been getting on Ticket and Talk at the Cosmic Clock. And thank you for the hearts and all that you've been sharing and your information. Like, this felt like a workshop, y'all, because people was just sharing their information, and I appreciate that. I appreciate, love it. So with that said, enjoy the rest of your new moon. Oh, it's after 12. We've been going in. Well, I'm glad y'all like it. You like it, I love it. I love the presence and appreciate your presence. It's greatly appreciated. So with that said, enjoy your new moon. Be prepared for your new year coming in real soon. Peace, love, and light. Thank you so much.